593. I watched the moon around the house until upon a pane she stopped, a traveler's privilege for rest, and thereupon I turned as at a stranger. The lady in the town doth think no incivility to lift her glass upon, but never stranger justified the curiosity like mine, for not a foot, nor hand, nor formula had she, but like a head a guillotine slid carelessly away, did independent amber sustain her in the sky, or like a stemless flower upheld in rolling air by finer gravitations than bind philosopher. No hunger had she, nor an inn, her toilet to suffice, nor avocation, nor concern for little mysteries, as harass us like life and death, and afterward, or nay, but seemed engrossed to absolute with shining and the sky. The privilege to scrutinize was scarce upon my eyes, when with a silver practice she vaulted out of gaze, and next I met her on a cloud, myself too far below to follow her superior pace or its advantage blue. 594. When I hoped I feared, since I hoped I dared, everywhere alone, as a church remain, spectre cannot harm, serpent cannot charm, he deposes doom who hath suffered him. 595. The lightning playeth all the while, but when he singeth then, ourselves are conscious he exists, and we approach him stern, with insulators and a glove, whose short sepulchral bass alarms us though his yellow feet may pass and counterpass upon the ropes above our head, continual with the news, nor we so much as check our speech, nor stop to cross ourselves. 596. Ourselves were wed one summer, dear, your vision was in June, and when your little lifetime failed, I wearied too of mine, and overtaken in the dark, where you had put me down, by someone carrying a light, I too received the sign. 'Tis true, our futures different lay, your cottage faced the sun, while oceans and the north must be on every side of mine. 'Tis true, your garden led the bloom, for mine in frosts was sown, and yet one summer we were queens, but you were crowned in June. 597. 'Tis little I could care for pearls, who own the ample sea, or brooches when the emperor with rubies pelteth me, or gold, who am the prince of mines, or diamonds, when have I a diadem to fit a dome continual upon me. 598. The brain is wider than the sky, for put them side by side, the one the other will contain, with ease and you beside. The brain is deeper than the sea, for hold them blue to blue, the one the other will absorb as sponges buckets do. The brain is just the weight of God, for heft them pound for pound, and they will differ if they do as syllable from sound. 599. We do not play on graves, because there isn't room. Besides, it isn't even, it slants, and people come and put a flower on it, and hang their faces so, we're fearing that their hearts will drop and crush our pretty play, and so we move as far as enemies away, just looking round to see how far it is occasionally. 600. Her last poems, poets ended. Silver perished with her tongue, not on record, bubbled other, flute or woman so divine. Not unto its summer morning, robin uttered half the tune, gushed too full for the adoring, from the Anglo-Florentine. Late the praise, 'tis dull conferring, on the head too high to crown, diadem or ducal showing, be its grave sufficient sign. Not that we, no poet's kinsmen, suffocate with easy woe. What, and if ourself a bridegroom, put her down in Italy. 601. When bells stop ringing, church begins, the positive of bells. When cogs stop, that's circumference, the ultimate of wheels. 602. The manner of its death, when certain it must die, 'tis deemed a privilege to choose, 'twas Major Andre's way. When choice of life is past, there yet remains a love, its little fate to stipulate, how small in those who live. The miracle to tease, with babble of the styles, how they are dying mostly now, and customs at St. James. 603. The red blaze is the morning, the violet is noon, the yellow day is falling, and after that is none. But miles of sparks at evening reveal the width that burned, the territory argent that never yet consumed. 604. You'll know her by her foot, the smallest gambitch hand, with fingers where the toes should be, would more affront the sand than this quaint creature's boot, adjusted by a stem, without a button I could vouch unto a velvet limb. You'll know her by her vest, tight-fitting, orange-brown, inside a jacket duller she wore when she was born. Her cap is small and snug, constructed for the winds. She'd pass for barehead short way off, but as she closer stands, so finer 'tis than wool, you cannot feel the seam, nor is it clasped unto of band, nor held upon of brim. You'll know her by her voice, at first a doubtful tone, a sweet endeavor, but as March to April hurries on, she squanders on your head such arguments of pearl, you beg the robin in your brain to keep the other still. 605. I am alive, I guess. The branches on my hand are full of morning glory, and at my finger's end the carmine tingles warm, and if I hold a glass across my mouth it blurs it, physician's proof of breath. I am alive because I am not in a room. The parlor commonly it is, so visitors may come, and lean and view it sidewise, and add how cold it grew, and was it conscious when it stepped in immortality. I am alive because I do not own a house, entitled to myself precise, and fitting no one else, and marked my girlhood's name so visitors may know which door is mine, and not mistake and try another key. How good to be alive, how infinite to be, alive twofold, the birth I had, and this besides, in thee. 606. Except the smaller size, no lives around. These hurry to a sphere and show and end. The larger, slower grow, and later hang. The summers of Hesperides are long. 607. I think the longest hour of all is when the cars have come, and when we are waiting for the coach, it seems as though the time, indignant that the joy has come, did block the gilded hands, and would not let the seconds by, but slowest instant ends. The pendulum begins to count, like little scholars loud. The steps grow thicker in the hall, the heart begins to crowd. Then I, my timid service done, though service 'twas of love, take up my little violin, and further north remove. 608. So glad we are, a stranger'd deem, 'twas sorry that we were, for where the holiday should be, there publishes a tear. Nor how ourselves be justified, since grief and joy are done, so similar an optician could not decide between. 609. A night, there lay the days between, the day that was before, and day that was behind, were one, and now 'twas night was here, slow night, that must be watched away, as grains upon a shore, too imperceptible to note, till it be night no more.